Welcome back to Arise Xchange. The U.S. Supreme Court expecting to hand down pivotal decisions on gay marriage and Obamacare. Which way is the court leaning on these heavily watched cases? Let's bring in now Trevor Burrus, research fellow at the Cato Institute, Center for Constitutional Services. Trevor, welcome to Arise Xchange.
Thanks for having me.
Let me first ask you, why is the Supreme Court dragging this out? They like to cause drama. They know the decisions already, yet we were hoping they would come today, now maybe Thursday. What's in play here? Why do they take so long to make this?
Well, sometimes actually decisions take a while. They kind of can go up to the last bit where they're trying to make negotiations between justices. Maybe they're seeing if they change a little one thing in an opinion that some justice will sign on to the opinion. So sometimes it's dragging it out. Sometimes it's just trying to go with the news cycle and make sure that we don't have too many news stories in the same day, so friendly to you and me. But these cases, they take a long time to decide. The gay marriage case was actually only argued in April, in mid-April. So this is actually a pretty quick turnaround for them to write these thousands of word decisions.
And maybe there's a little horse trading going on still. Let's talk about the gay marriage decision. This could be the civil rights decision, some say, of our time. You say that it is a foregone conclusion. Why do you say that?
Well, we have Justice Kennedy is really the swing justice on this more than anything else he's ever been a swing justice on. We have 4 liberal justices who are definitely going to vote for gay marriage. And Justice Kennedy, he has a track record. He has a history of writing the most pivotal gay marriage or gay rights decisions of the last 20 years, including the Lawrence versus Texas decision and the Romer v. Evans decision. So he's not going to undercut his legacy of being the biggest champion of gay rights on the Supreme Court. And he's going to vote with the 4 liberal justices.
Is there any chance that he's going to bring along some of the more conservative justices with him, either Alito or Scalia?
I'm just going to say no. I mean, Scalia is an impossibility. He's got a stance against gay marriage, and he will write a very, very vigorous dissent that I guarantee will be a good read and will make some good points under his interpretation of the Constitution. But no, there's really no chance he's going to pull any of the conservative justices.
Is it also because, generally speaking, on the federal circuit, the people pro-gay marriage have almost run the entire circuit? There's, I think, one circuit that ruled against them. It would be rather surprising for the Supreme Court to overturn all of those decisions.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's 36 states right now that either through a combination of Democrat vote or court decisions have gay marriage legalized, including the District of Columbia. So it would be overriding a bunch of those. And the question there is, how much is this like the former interracial marriage case? And it has a lot of similarities to the 1967 Loving v. Virginia case.
And they're hanging their hat really on the 14th Amendment here, the Equal Protection Clause. Explain that if you can.
Precisely. Well, the Equal Protection Clause, it actually says it's not really a right to gay marriage. It's a bad way of characterizing it. It's a right that says that when the government does something like provide marriage license, then it can't make irrational discriminations between 2 groups of people. So if there was a law that said redheads couldn't get married, that would also violate the Equal Protection Clause, even though you don't need inherent redhead rights. And so there's really no good reason for them to discriminate between gay couples and straight couples.
And of course, we're debating the Confederate flag. The 14th Amendment came after the Civil War and Reconstruction period in the United States. Let me ask you about the Affordable Care Act. This one is a little bit more tricky. Where do you think the government is going to come down? And it relates to the subsidies that the states provide.
Yeah, I am not optimistic because I was part of the challenge in this case. I think that the government will win in this case, mostly because I don't vote against the government. I believe the government wins most of these administrative law cases, especially when they're due deference on their interpretation of law. But it's a very complex case. It's not a constitutional case. It's a statutory interpretation case. They're going to read the law and they're going to say what they think the law is. This means that you could get a very unpredictable constellation of justices on different sides of this. It could be liberals with Scalia. It could be, I have actually no prediction. It's kind of the crapshoot case of the term.
Which way it goes. And Trevor, though, for businesses, though, this will finally provide some finality here, will it?
Well, there's a lot of problems with the Affordable Care Act, and there are more cases coming. There's a lot of the law breaking that has gone on in the administration. It'll give them a little bit more predictability, one way or another, just to have a decision that says the subsidies are there or the subsidies aren't there.
Okay. Trevor Burrus from the Cato Institute, and we know where the Cato Institute comes down on many of these issues. Thank you from Washington, D.C.
Thank you.